When the world hears Iran, it hears tension, a word spoken carefully, often cautiously, sometimes fearfully. Sanctions, conflict, politics, breaking news banners scrolling across screens, but headlines compress complexity, and this history cannot be compressed. Headlines are movement, civilizations are memory. Long before modern borders were drawn, before diplomatic summits, before televised agreement, this line was already ancient, already layered, already watching empires rise and fall. Iran is older than modern arguments, older than the alliances that define today's geopolitics, older than the narratives that try to contain it. Before it was called Iran, it was Persia, and Persia didn't whisper into history, it reshaped it. One of the earliest superpowers the world had ever known, but power, here, carried a different character. To understand Iran today, we must step back, not decades, but thousands of years, and listen carefully. Back to the Achaemenid Empire, back to a political imagination that was countries ahead of its time. Under Cyrus the Great, Persia stretched from the Indus Valley to the Mediterranean Sea, a vast geography, but geography alone does not define greatness. What made Persia extraordinary was tolerance. Conquered nations were not erased. Religion was not extinguished. Language was not silenced. Power exists without forced cultural annihilation. For the ancient world, that was revolutionary. Royal roads connected continents. Administration structured diversity, managing difference at scale. In many ways, it began here. But history never pauses. Alexander came, empires collided. Arab conquest followed. Mongol invasions thundered through cities. Libraries burned. Walls fell. Empires rose, empires fell. Yet, something endured, not armies, not thrones, not quieter. Language, pottery, memory. In Iran, pottery is not decorative, it is structural. The verses of Hafiz are recited at gatherings. The words of Rumi are opened in moments of uncertainty. Pottery is not consumed, it is lived. When cities burned, manuscripts survived. When dynasties collapsed, verses remained. Because identity can retreat into language when territory cannot protect it. Architecture became devotion carved in stone, not merely buildings, but belief made visible. In Isfahan, domes rise in perfect symmetry, tiles align with mathematical precisions, patterns stretch outward towards infinity. A reminder that the finite eye can still contemplate the infinite. Light entered through art, not randomly, but intentionally. Geometry becomes prayer, structure becomes philosophy. In Iran, faith and mathematics do not compete, they converse. But this is not a civilization frozen in museum glass. Iran didn't disappear, it adapted. Across countries of transformation, from empire to caliphate, from monarchy to republic, a spiritual continuity persists, layered, reinterpreted, never erased. And beyond politics, beyond the abstractions, there are millions of lives breathing, working, and loving. More than 80 million people navigating modern realities, not symbols, not headlines, people. Students walking across university campuses, engineers building under restriction, researchers advancing science. Even when the stars is narrow, ambition does not vanish under pressure, it sharpens. Iran has one of the most educated populations in the region. Knowledge here is inheritance. Creativity often grows strongest. Where freedom feels constrained, constraint forces precision, and precision breeds art. Iranian cinema, respected worldwide, tells intimate stories with quiet emotional power, not loud spectacle, human nouns. Families gather for dinner. Laughter fills courtyards. Music plays softly behind closed doors. Life continues, even when politics dominates the outside world. Empires invaded, revolution reshaped governance. Sanctions reshaped economics. Each era left its marks. But identity did not collapse, it recalibrated. Language remains. Culture remains. Memory remains. And memory is powerful because it connects the present to something older than crisis. Persian identity is layered. Pre-Islamic heritage, Islamic civilization, modern national consciousness. They are not contradictions, they are continuities. To see Iran only through crisis is to see only a fraction. To see only tension is to ignore resilience, and resilience is quieter than conflict, but far more enduring. Iran is pottery, it is geometry, it is philosophy, it is memory, it exists long before modern headlines, and it will exist long after them, because civilization that learn to endure, learn to outlast. If this story means something to you, take a second, like it, share it, and tell us in the comments what challenge made you stronger. Subscribe to 30 Growth because greatness is not born, it's built.